Hi, this is Krish. We are from today's trend channel. A good topic I've taken today to discuss. Before doing that, kindly subscribe our channel. It's today's trend channel. Please follow us. Please do not forget to subscribe this channel as we are going to give a lot of other presentations to you, a lot of other programs to come forthcoming. Okay, viewers will go right away. The topic. The topic is what have you learned from COVID 19 epidemic, or we call it as pandemic. It is to say never waste a crisis. Crisis makes an opportunity, both personal and in public spaces. Let's see how lockdown has shown its way during this pandemic, or the outbreak of this pandemic. Lockdown, multiple phases has been done in India as well as globally across US, UK, and other Italy and other countries, including China. Things during lockdown has given a learning point, lessons all the time. It also helped how efficiently one can function within the house. Also, how the social life has undergone a change. Series of lockdown also taught the governments which are governing these countries to take steps and how to act and control the people movement. So first we discuss about this lockdown. Now how these commodities move around to public use, and how a strategy was built to take care of the issues upcoming during lockdown process. The next thing is we learned what is hygiene more during this pandemic, how important it is to lead a hygiene life. Sanitizing has become prima facie of the life, as we can learn how to wash our hands, when what frequency we have to do, and when to do, which we were not practicing at all. This is going to be our good practice of life over the days to come. Thirdly, focus on social distancing. Social distancing was never maintained in earlier days when people were busy handshaking each other and hug each other in public places. And today we learn how important is keeping the social distancing. Fourthly, telecommuting or video conferencing has made the life easy with internet connections across available in the homes all the time. People were started using the VC facility to do the meetings. It can be a business meeting or a personal meeting or a social contact to make with their relatives and their friends circle. During the pandemic outbreak, as we can see, many of the IT companies and BPOs which have started functioning on VCs and telecommunication, we call it as telecommuting. It has become utmost important for them to do the business. Many of the IT companies started work from home option for their employees and make them comfortable during the pandemic and to avoid them from getting affected with the pandemic. Things have really changed. Office premises have become vacant. Infrastructure and other overheads have reduced drastically, effectively brought down the cost. Another thing we would have to discuss is the community improvement and one learned about the availability of water, food, and shelter, how at most it is important for their life. As we can see earlier days, people were very busy traveling down with a crowded traffic, move to their office premises at 8:30 morning and then come back late evening and then eat something what is available at the office premises in the food courts. Subsequently at home they don't know what they are ordering with their online Swiggy and whatnot, and their life has become mechanical totally and they were not attending to their life or their social life. This has brought in, which has brought in, that is the lockdown has brought in a sort of making themselves available to their house to do simultaneously attend to their kith and kins as well as their office works. Now, internet and TV has become their mode of living during the pandemic outbreak. Now, we will discuss again what is known as a medical capacity, how it has changed during the COVID scenario. Medical equipments, PPE kits, and ventilators have been equipped in hospitals. Government has taken a lot of decisions, including in India and globally across like US, UK. They were gearing up to get ventilators adequately to treat the patients who are very critical in nature. Medical availability has become utmost important, which has been realized by the government as well as the hospitals, as well as the warriors who are serving the people during the pandemic. People have started wearing masks and kept how important that mask is for them to safeguard them from the COVID infection through others who are infected patients. The droplets might enter into their nasal or to the mouth. So, wearing a mask has become a mandate requirement of their life, of the people. Supply chain, we will discuss about it. Supply chain, over a period of time, the business have been growing a lot. However, supply chain has gained importance during the COVID 19 epidemic, and we can't call this epidemic, we'll call it as pandemic. That's a whose language. WHO calls it as pandemic outbreak. Supply chain has improved their way of business, conducting their business to like Amazon, Flipkart, and something like that Zomato, Swiggy, all those supply chain organizations have trimmed their operations and to bring in some efficiency in also giving the confidence to the people in maintaining social distancing and app payment of apps, payment through apps, and consciously maintaining social distancing and sanitizing for their staff and frequently checking their staff for any symptoms to avoid spread of this pandemic. So this has improved their business and their quality of business and how to conduct the business. The strategies have improved. Finally, we are living beyond the planet boundaries. Come what may, the chirping of birds, the nature, the plants, as we could see, chirping of birds, and the clean water environment pandemic has created because of pollutions were absolutely curtailed. So, friends, what has happened is we started breathing the clean air, which even the animals we are able to see them coming into cities where they are able to have an alternative living they consider, like peacocks, animals like elephant from forest, they move in here as they sense there is a purity of air and the good environment which is happening, or otherwise it would have been a filth filled cities and polluted cities. As we can see, pollution happens due to number of vehicles moving around the cities, in and around. Finally, again, communities gets connected. They got connected during this pandemic. Societies has also developed a large hearts. People started helping the people who are in need. That became the strategy. Many companies, small time players, have come forward, as well as some NGOs, to other people, to smaller nature people, has helped many of the migrants who move around from state to state, as well as poor people for their food, shelter, and whatnot. So pandemic has really taught us lessons. As you can see, that our lifestyle and livelihood has totally changed and given us a clean environment and to live a better livelihood, and how you can manage your life in a better way, which we are never been practicing, and good practices which we have learned, which we have never been, though we are aware, but we have never been practicing. So friends, finally I would like to conclude: never waste a crisis. Each crisis gives an opportunity. So fine friends, this is what I want to pass it on, and I would like to share with you. If you like our program, please subscribe. Our channel is Today's Trend channel. Please subscribe, because as you encourage us, we could give more and more programs which will be of interest to you. Kindly subscribe. I request you to kindly subscribe. Very important. It will help me. And then we take a bye with you. Bye bye. See you in the next program. Namaskar. Namaskar.